Sorry about the mute. My mic was muted. So let me start again. Today is the wonderful day for all kinds of Dhamma practices. The weather is good and everything we have set up is also good. I believe you spent the day meaningfully and came to this Sutta discussion just to sharpen your mind with wisdom, with knowledge, with concentration, and other Dhamma elements. You are warmly welcome for this episode of Sutta Studies. Let's begin the Dhamma practice in the name of Sutta Studies now by paying homage to the Supreme Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the sublime one, the worthy one, the fully enlightened one. Homage to the sublime one, the worthy one, the fully enlightened one. Homage to the sublime one, the worthy one, the fully enlightened one. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear friends in Dhamma, today we thought of keeping a topic in the Sutta Studies and discuss the Dhamma related to the topic we selected. As you know, perhaps the topic is very deep, very important to understand too. It is Yata Bhuta Jnana Dassa. It could be translated into our language in certain ways. One way is seeing things as they really are, or understanding everything according to the teachings of the Buddha, or according to the reality. So these are some of the ways that a lot of people translate the Pali term Yata Bhuta Jnana Dassana. Yata Bhuta Jnana Dassana is going to be a knowledge, it's going to be a jnana, which means we get it as long as we stick to the Dhamma, and then we receive as a result of the Dhamma practice. Therefore, this is a kind of wisdom based on knowledge we get. When you engage in Dhamma practice over and over on daily basis, this knowledge is rising in you as a result of your dedicated Dhamma practice. So Yatabhuta Jnana Dassana is therefore a wonderful thing to be mindful. Where this knowledge is coming from, it is always attached to the bhavana. Bhavana is meditation, but not the bhavana that we do for concentration. Of course, it requires concentration, but the bhavana we do to pull out the seed of greed, hatred, and ignorance is called vipassana, or inside meditation. And when we do inside meditation, we come to this a particular knowledge. But it is not 100% accurate if I say this knowledge is achieved only through vipassana, because without the clarity of mind, without the peaceful nature of mind, we even do not see what is the depth of our mind, what is the nature of every conditioned things. So that practicing meditation for concentration called samatha bhavana or samadhi bhavana is also required for gaining this particular knowledge. In other words, Yatabhuta Jnana is coming to us because of our practice on various aspects to achieve samadhi. So without samadhi, we may not be able to achieve the reality. So therefore, both concentration meditation and insight meditation require equally to be able to develop this panya or the knowledge or jnana in us. So that we are going to dive into this particular special knowledge based on various theoretical sources and try our best to illuminate our mind on the fact. So, Yatabhuta Jnana Dassana. Yata means if I go to word analysis, I think it also help us into a certain extent to understand the context of it. Yata means according to. Bhuta means already existing or already arisen. And then jnana, as you know, knowledge, and dasana mean vision. So basically yata bhuta. So according to the reality, seeing, we see. In other words, what we are going to see is not the projection we have in mind, but what exactly exists there. So when we analyze the Dhamma based on this, so we can understand why this is called Yatabhuta Jnanadasan, or seeing things as they are. In one of the discourses found in Samyutta Nikaya, Connected Discourses of the Buddha, section called Khandavagga Pali, the area where the Buddha talks about the 5 aggregates of clinging. There is a wonderful sutta called Samadhi Sutta. This sutta was delivered by the Buddha when he was at the Jetavanarama monastery in Savatthi. The listeners were a group of monks, and the Buddha speak there that Samadhin Bhikkhave Bhaveta. Buddha said to monks, practice Samadhi, or practice meditation aiming Samadhi. Samadhin Bhikkhave Bhaveta. So, as you know, what is Samadhi? That is something we should understand now clearly. Samadhi is the clear mind. Samadhi again is the mind without hindrances. What are the hindrances? There are 5. Kamachanda, desire for sensual pleasures. Vyapada, the nature of anger or ill will. And Thinamidda, sleepiness and drowsiness of mind and body, which means there is no appetite to do good things. And then restlessness and worry, Uddacha Kukucha. And the 5th one is skeptical doubts. So if somebody take these 5 things from his or her mind, that person is in samadhi. In other words, if there is a person who says that I don't have any of these disturbances, that means he is in samadhi, right? Samadhi, Pali word, Sanskrit word, means that perfect, pure, brilliant mind with no disturbances at all. So that is the quality of it is one-pointedness. When the mind is away from those 5 difficult, unwholesome state of mind, it becomes unified. It becomes concentrated. So that is what samadhi. So the Buddha asked us to develop this samadhi always, because with the samadhi, you can see the reality as it is. Next thing the Buddha said here in the discourse, after samadhi bhikkhave bhavati, he says, Samahito bhikkhave bhikkhu yata bhutang pajanati. Monks, when you have concentration, you are able to see things as they are. You are able to realize the truth. In other words, you are able to see the whole truth about everything, because your mind is in samadhi. Your mind has stopped wandering nature, so that it is very calm and very peaceful. You can see everything. So samadhi mind is compared to the still pond with clear water. The water is not disturbed, so that you can see the depth of the pond, and you see the details of it. You even see very tiny fish and sands and all the objects in the water, because the water is not making any disturbance of your vision. So when the mind is away from restlessness, worry, anxiety, suffering, desire, greed, hatred, ignorance, and so forth, then you will see mind is very deep, very calm, and even unhappiness that could arise immediately could be managed well, because you have a lot of strength in your mind. We know here that samadhi is temporary state. It could change when conditions for unwholesomeness to arise in us. Samadhi chitta, samadhi mind might go. So basically what I wanted to say here, Buddha calls samahito bhikkave yatabhutang panjanati. Who is going to understand the truth of everything? The one who achieves samadhi will do that. So, friends, Yatabhuta Jnanadarshan is therefore a knowledge that people get when they practice samatha meditation, when they practice any meditations to achieve samadhi. Even vipassana meditation techniques gives us the samadhi experience. But what we mean is samadhi practice is required, or samatha is required for many people to see the clear the truth as it is. So as we know, this is a knowledge. If you talk about vipassana, our main purpose is to dig into our mind and find out these special layers of craving. In one way, vipassana is to see things as they are. It means that we see the positive things of our mind and also negative things in our mind. So, if you are able to see positive and negative things as they are, that is an aspect of vipassana. So, vipassana, I would explain this a little bit here, because samatha and samadhi is explained in a way, and now I want to explain vipassana and its results as well. So vipassana is a combination of two words. Pasana is seeing. You can see I'm conducting the class. I can see you participating in the class, and I can see the Buddha statue. So as soon as you see something, you see, I see this. I can see that. I saw a bird is flying. I saw a car pass by. So whatever you see, you say, I saw. That is with the name, with the designation, with the kind of shape and so on. You explain it as something you already experienced. That is called pasana. But when you add vipassana to the beginning of the word, the meaning is distinguished from the previous one. Now, when we add vipassana, it doesn't mean that you recognize a person by his name, a vehicle by its name, or a house or a things by that name. Vipassana always take us to the root cause of reality. If you see a person and if you apply the vipassana, what you can say is that I see conventionally a person. Of course, his name is this and her name is that. So I know him. So that is according to the conventional truth. You see it as it is. And what is important in this knowledge, vipassana, is you see that this person is made by four elements. His body is made by four elements, and I see him through my eyes, and a picture of him is coming to my eyes through ears, through eyes, and I have perception and feeling about it in the contact, background, and then I have an idea about it. So if you do vipassana there, you either see him as as a collection of four elements or aggregates or sensory experience. That's all. So that is called vipassana. So vipassana, it means always you see beyond something. You see beyond normal. So for example, one day a monk was coming to see his teacher after his long-term meditation. In the meantime, a couple, husband and wife, had a fight at home, and the wife, fed up with the husband and was going to her mother's place. In the middle of the road, the monk was coming from one side of the road, and the woman is coming from the towards the monk, and then they passed by. The husband, though he was, fighting with the wife and did want to isolate, later he got upset and he was looking for the wife. He was also coming from the same direction the wife came and met the monks a couple of minutes later. And no one was there on the road, and only this monk he saw. And he asked the question, Bante, please pardon me, did you see a woman going that direction? So the very important thing for us here, coming here. So the monk said that, I do not see a woman passing by, but I saw an skeleton passing by. So why did this monk say that? What happened to this monk's vision? Of course, this Bante, said that because of a reason. This monk was meditating for a long time based on white color of the skeleton. In other words, his meditation subject was some bones, or I don't see that he found a full skeleton, but some bones of a human. So keeping those bones in front of him, and he was meditating on it and achieve concentration, and later he was able to destroy the layers of craving based on that concentration and attain enlightened state. So he wanted to report this his teacher. That's why he was coming from. Due to this Bante's strong meditation on Attika Sanya, it's called Attika Sanya. So the color of the bone is white, and then he was keeping white bones in front of him to meditate. As a result, his perception is always walking according to it. Whenever he sees animal, when he sees humans, he quickly get into the point in his mind that this is nothing but a skeleton. It's just like you X-ray your whole body, and now you get all these white lines in the X-ray copy. So that's the kind of perception this Bante got. Anyhow, he know that there is a woman, but he needed to explain her husband to that woman that I didn't see a particular, as you think you are looking for a wife, girl or woman, but I don't consider her as a woman or your wife or anyone else, but I saw only a skeleton passing by. That is the story I wanted to share. This tells that when you practice vipassana, with the word vipassana, what you see is things beyond normal perception. So now, what we can get out of this vipassana meditation? Vipassana meditation, the aim of the vipassana meditation is wisdom. Wisdom is coming from the Pali word panya. The panya means not any creation. Panya is a kind of clear state of mind that you see everything and you decide that there is no attachment, no greed, no hatred, no ignorance. When panya arises in our mind, or wisdom arises in mind, it happens when the mind get cleared from unwholesome state of mind, right? So when panya arises, when wisdom arises, the mind has stopped wandering. Mind sees all the root causes of suffering for him or her. So long I have been living in an ignorant world. Right now I see what exactly this world is and myself is and everybody else are, so that you have a very clear idea what the world is, what I am and who I am. All these come to your mind. There you immediately stop attachment, craving, ignorance, and any negative feeling, because you cleared your perception. Your perception has not now been deceived you, because panya has risen. Panya is therefore a state of mind clarity, which is very important for all of us. So when you practice vipassana, this is what you get. Okay, now we have been explaining clearly what samadhi is, what is the method of achieving samadhi, samatha, and then what is panya, what is vipassana, and what we can get out of vipassana. So we have spent few minutes to clear all these things. So Yathabhuta Jnana Darsana is therefore very important. What is the against of Yathabhuta Jnana Darsana? That should also be discussed into a certain extent. If you see, Yathabhuta Jnana Darsana is seeing things as they are. The total opposite of it should be do not see anything, do not recognize anything, do not understand anything. If you pay attention to the first discourse of the Buddha to 5 monks, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, you see this statement from the Buddha. Pubbe ananussutesu dhammesu chakkung udapadi, jnanang udapadi, panya udapadi, vidya udapadi, aloka udapadi. So Buddha said to 5 monks that I did not have that knowledge, that vision before, but I got it. I got it, and I have it, and it makes my mind clear. So, what did the Buddha say there to 5 monks? He said clearly that he got Yathabhuta Jnana Darsana. Earlier, he didn't have Yathabhuta Jnana Darsana about his life, about everyone's life, about anything. Of course, he was a very obedient, innocent, but very powerful human beings. But until he got into enlightenment, he did not see everything as there. Attaining enlightenment and also meditation, for that they happen simultaneously. So Buddha was able to say the 5 monks that I was seeing. I was seeing everything as they are at the time I attained to full enlightenment, which means he got the jnana. So when he, on the first watch of the night, he was able to read his own past from one, not from one life to another, but from many life to many life. He was able to see who he was. And on the second watch of the night, he was able to see how other living beings reborn and die, and reborn and die in numerous lifetime. So having seen this, he was able to understand what cause for myself and everyone's to go on sansara like this. He saw that the ignorance, craving, mixed with everything called asava. So asava is mean kind of renewed, very complicated mental state called asava. It could grow always. So therefore, as I saw asava is the blockage of enlightenment, I was able to destroy those asavas or cankers from my mind, because Yathabhuta Jnana Darsana, the clarity arisen in my mind. So friends, that is what we found in the first discourse of the Buddha. How do we understand this Yatabhuta Jnana Dassana for our day-to-day benefit in the Dhamma? Because because we have to live in this life peacefully and still practice this Dharma, aiming Yatabhuta Jnana Dassana. Friends, to achieve Yatabhuta Jnana Dassana, you should have Kalyanamita Sevana. That Pali terms explain you that you should have wholesome friendship or good friends who talk to you about the reality of life. Good friends and relatives or anyone who talk to you about the importance of practicing principles, kindness, compassion, and so forth. So since they are friendly to you, and you are going to accept what they say. And when you accept what they say, nothing harm happen to you, but your life is going to be advanced in a spiritual sense. So that is the first thing you should have if you wish to have Yata Bhuta Jnana Dasana. Otherwise, if you have bad friends around you, they will talk rubbish, they will talk unnecessary things, they will influence you doing more on sensual world. That's mean you are not going to listen to the right directions on life. You are going to miss the spiritual assets in your life. So not only you lose good friends then, but you also lose the opportunity for gaining the beautiful Dharma. So that second quality you should have if you wish to have Yatabhuta Jnanadasana is constant listening to the teachings of the Buddha. Then Yoniso Manasikara is the third quality you should have. Yoniso Manasikara is still a Pali term, perhaps you don't understand it well. It means, friends, Yoniso Manasikara, proper, appropriate, wise attention. So if you do not have attention, you cannot do anything. Suppose you go to the kitchen and you want to drink a tea. If you do not pay attention, how could you make the tea? Sometimes you get, salt instead of sugar because you do not attend to it. But both are white, and if the two bottles are close by, you might put salt in your tea instead of sugar, and you might mix tea with something else, and you might break some cups and pans because you are not mindful, you are not attentive, you are not ardent. So friends, basically we need attention even to achieve certain goals in life, in mundane life. You cannot be a very good singer if you do not have attention for whatever it requires. You cannot be a very good runner, athletics, if you do not have that particular attention. So for every person, for every role play, you should have attention. But what we are talking about, wise attention, is not that kind of attention. This attention is to help you develop Yata Bhuta Jnana Dasana. So Yoniso Manasikara, or wise attention, is always telling us the truth of our life. What is the truth? This life begins from good karma for sure. We actually have done a lot of good karma, and accordingly we passed away from previous life to this life, and we were able to get our footage as a new human in our mother's womb, and from then this life evolved day by day. So Yoniso Manasikaras tells us that, okay, I have a beginning like this. I came out to this life like this. Even though you do not have first-hand experience, you know how it happens, and you see how life goes after, stages by stages, from year to year. The life you started is growing according to conventional truth. Now you are a kid, now you are a young adult, now you are a teen, young responsible person, you are a middle-aged person, and finally you go to the old age, senior citizen, and so forth. So when you apply Yoniso Manasikara about your life, you have to see this. You would be able to understand that I am getting old, I will be old, and then I won't be able to do things as they are now. So you see from wisdom that your life has stages and it is not permanent. That is called Yoniso Manasikara. Because when you see that you are getting to one direction and one day, like senior today, I will also explain pain and suffering. You tend to do only good things, because no point for us to be unhappy, for us to be hateful with somebody, because we are living only a short period of time. So that is called Yoniso Manasikara. Yoniso Manasikara has many things to say, but simply it is thinking wisely. Anything you think to overcome hindrances, deep-rooted craving, it is called Yoniso Manasikara. If you analyze you as four elements and also five aggregates, so that this has unstoppable nature of changing, that is called Yoniso Manasikara. And if you think that meditation is the key for me to find peace and happiness, that is Yoniso Manasikara. So, friends, what I was telling is that if you think of developing Yathabhuta Jnana Darsana, as the Buddha said, we have to focus on these wonderful qualities, Kalyanamita, good friendship, and then listening to right Dhamma, and then Yoniso Manasikara, and living according to the Dhamma on everyday basis is also required. Not only one day, not only 2 days, you have to practice Sila, the code of discipline, and it's not that difficult if you really understand what it means to me. Then, so practicing Dharma according to life means that you keep everyone and everything in it and practice Dharma step by step. So that is the fourth quality one should develop. Of course, you see that these are the four things to be able to be a Sotapanna, stream winner, but it is also relevant to this. So now we have to go again into other aspect, such as Yathabhuta. So Yathabhuta Jnana Darsana, we have two terms here. Jnana Darsana. Janato Passato. In many places, we have seen two words emphasized by the Buddha. What are the two words? Janato and Passato. So Janato means knowing with wisdom. You are familiar. So you know things as they are. You can see them, and it's a kind of theoretical knowledge. It's a very important one, but sometimes it is supported by theory. And Passato means not seeing through from your naked eye. This Passato, this seeing is from your wisdom, developed in mind. So Janato Passato, in many deep discourses, Buddha said that I deliver the Dhamma to people who have wisdom and who has the ability to attain the higher wisdom. So Janato Passato, therefore, is go hand in hand, and from one you have analyze it, from and at the same time you see it from your own experience. That's called Jnana Darsana. So Yathabhuta Jnana Darsana come into effect when you practice Indriya Samvara. So in discourses in Majjhima Nikaya and Samyutta Nikaya and Anguttara Nikaya tells us how one can gain Yathabhuta Jnana Darsana. There are many avenues for you to go. One way I would explain is, take yourself into account. Okay, you analyze your body as four elements. No, go to the senses. You analyze your whole physical body as ears, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body. So when you categorize your body into these 5 senses, there is nothing left. The sixth one is called mind. So eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. These are the 6 senses. And if you see them as they function, so now you can take the next step. If you wish to attain Yathabhuta Jnanadarsana, the next step would be, maintain the 5 senses very well, and also the 6th sense, because you see these people live only for a short period of time. Their life is like this, and for example, senses are not working. So that is called seeing things as they are, right? Uh, as I said you earlier, you have to know what exactly not Yathabhuta Jnanadarsana. There we see we perceive things as according to our vision. Our vision may not be right always. If our vision is not right always, whatever produces in mind based on that vision is going to be bad as well. So we talk about 4 kinds of perception in suttas. Our perception, one perception is perception of impermanence, right? So whether we agree or not, everyone in the world, every living beings in the world, every material in the world, including the sun and the moon, they are all subject to impermanence. Do you agree with this? So that is the reality. But out of ignorance and craving, humans sometimes thinks and act and behave like they do not experience impermanence. It doesn't mean that you go and say every time that everything is impermanent. Your mind says that, okay, you have this, have that, and you have attached to. But what is reality is that everything is not 100% accurate, and everything is made by elements, so that the impermanent is unstoppable. Impermanence is the reality. Likewise, the first one is thought of impermanence, thought of dukkha, and then self, and then unattractiveness. So basically everything in the world is impermanent, therefore it comes under suffering. And when suffering and when it becomes suffering from, and also subject to change, how could you take it is as yours, as mine? So the third wrong perception is taking the things as what do you call self. And then last one is unattractiveness, asubha sanya. Some people have some people don't want to talk the reality of life, because they are going to cry, they are going to be upset, so that people hide the truth. But what is really happening in us is we cannot hide the truth. So in bad perception, Buddha talks about these 5. The thought, sometimes people have permanent ideas. People think that they are happy, peaceful for them. And sometimes people think that this is self is existing, and so on. This is why we have this for self, and so you agree with that there is a permanent self. And then what do you call, you think that everything is beautiful. So these are the wrong perception. Everything is not beautiful because it is a created idea in us. Due to this distorted perception in mind, what happened is we have to see us as it is. Let me bring your attention to the story of Magandhi, or the story of Lady Khema or Rupananda. these women were very beautiful at the time. Even kings and powerful people in the world were trying to get married to them because they are so beautiful. So one day, in three different days, Buddha has met these Magandhi and Rupananda and also Kema. So according to us, they were very beautiful. They were like nymphs came from the divine world. So then, when the Buddha saw these ladies, he was talking something otherwise. He was telling that to the world who is in ignorant state might experience say that this woman is beautiful and brilliant and nice and so on, but for me it's like a bag of excrement, bag of urine. It's a gallon like urine. So what did the Buddha say? That even though this woman is beautiful for every people, I I see this woman is only a collection of bad things. Because you have Yatabhutanya, of course, Buddha has gone even beyond Yatabhutanya Darsana. But the Buddha can see this woman as a collection of elements. Therefore, we see that the importance of perception in regard to the Yatabhuta Jnanadarsana. If your mind gets wrong perception, if you have wrong perception, now you don't want to leave from it because you have been with us for a long time. It's very rare we see people understood things versus there were a lot of people who do not understand things. So basically, therefore, what is blocking for Yatabhuta Jnanadasana in us is this distorted perception of permanent, perception of sukha, happiness, perception of self, and perception of subha, which means auspicious. So when you have these four or at least one, you are you become a victim of ignorance. It means you do not have Yatabhuta Jnanadasana. So achieving Yatabhuta Jnanadasana, I want to focus there a little bit. Even Sila helps you. Samadhi practice helps you. Because Yatabhuta Jnanadasana could not be achieved through reading books. Though it helps as a condition, it is not directly affecting to Yatabhuta Jnanadasana, because Yatabhuta Jnanadasana is always achieved by looking at your own mind. By looking at your own mind and checking the speed and putting everything on order are some of the things that we should do in order for us to have Yatabhuta Jnanadasana. If you see people around, they have that kind of Yatabhuta Jnanadasana because they have practiced necessary conditions for it for a long time. So friends, Yatabhuta Jnanadasana is therefore could be achieved by everyone, could be achieved by people who have Sammaditi, because Yatabhuta Jnanadasana is a result of Sammaditi, just like Yoniso Manasika. Samadhi means right understanding. Right understanding, plays a role here as a wonderful things, but at the same time, it has to be within in order to feel everything right. So I think I have been talking for now 45 minutes, and if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer. Remember that we haven't discussed fully the Yatabhuta Jnanadasana because it is one of the big terms. But anyhow, for the beginning, I said something about it, Yatabhuta Jnanadasana, and which way we need to face challenges in order to have Yatabhuta Jnanadasana. Because Yatabhuta Jnanadasana is not one thing that comes to our mind without any problem. No, it doesn't appear. It's like making gold and gems and something like that. You get very raw material. No, I'm sorry, you get the kind of stone like things or small things connected to each other, but yeah, it's not been considered a polished one yet. So you take it and put it into machine and shape it and cut it and sharp it and shine it. So at the end, as you get a very beautiful one, right? You get a new one. So friends, likewise, in order to get Yatabhuta Jnanadasana, there should be constant guidance for everyone. So that's why I was explaining you the Yatabhuta Jnanadasana in this way. Anyhow, take your time to ask questions and add something about Yatabhuta Jnanadasana. Any questions? Or do you have anything?
Nothing yet. If a person is old and he cannot find a Kalyana Mitra because the Kalyana Mitra thinks that the old person is better than him and he disagrees with everything. He thinks that the old person is trying to doing things to get popularity. Now, for instance, if I make some, let's say, if I help a temple or religious institution, I do it for the benefit that I get from helping the temple, not for popularity. But that person will think that he is trying to do better than him, and he thinks that I'm competing with him, which is wrong.
Yeah, that's true. First, finding a Kalyanamita for gaining Yatabhuta Jnanadasana would be a challenging because there is no scientific test to see whether this person is Kalyanamita or not. To be a Kalyanamita for somebody or to be able to find a Kalyanamita for us, it has to be done using all methods. So we have to live with him, associate him, and we have to face certain situation with him, or then with the reaction, with the knowledge he ponders, with the things he say, how he faced the challenges in his own life. So all these things are matters for us to understand whether he or she is a Kalyana Mitra to us. So I'm telling everyone guidelines, right? Like, people, when everything is provided, people are okay. We don't find their mistakes. So suppose we have food to eat always, we don't worry about the bills and anything goes with the money. We do not worry about them because everything is here, and we can go anywhere we like. So we have all kinds of facilities in life. So I don't think this person is wants to be angry with somebody, wants to fight with somebody, because why we are fighting with, why we are worrying about, because of basic requirements. So if everything is provided, I don't think he's having such issues with anyone. But I'm not telling that that person is that person has developed his mind with the dharma. If that person developed the dharma in his mind, he was able to stay away from those so-called very luxurious life and see whether he can bear the pain of losing the opportunities of luxurious life. Suppose a person who never experienced suffering now is going to experience pain and suffering. And if that person has Dhamma established in his mind, he may not be worrying about the losing of his luxury at the moment, because he sees luxury is a kind of material things, but what I'm looking for is just this living in this present moment. So yeah, agree to point that uh, some people, has so many things in their life so that we do not see mistake of that. But when we find Kalyana Mittas, we do not look for people who have everything, who can support us many things. Real Kalyana Mitta is always telling us not to do bad things. Don't violate your principles. Just be good and kind. And the real Kalyana Mitta is not associating you expecting anything material, no any gaining. So what your friends wants as Kalyana Mitta is for you to do good. That's all. So yes, in the society, no matter what you do in the name of meritorious deed or so, we should not expect anything from outside. So because Yoniso Manasikara, could be working in us in terms of finding Kalyanamita. So suppose we give something to somebody, we give a gift to somebody because of the birthday, we appreciate somebody because of some skills. So we should not expect anything in return, because expectation can make you unhappy. If you expect happiness, if you expect kind of praise, appreciation, kind of things, we could be in vain, because if things do not come from the other side as we wish, we become angry. That's mean that's mean the we don't have yoniso manasikara, we don't have factors of the Dhamma established in us. We have done certain things expecting reputation. Look at the Bodhisattva's life. Bodhisattva is the person who wants to be the Buddha in the future. So he never practiced Dana Paramita expecting anything but the clarity of the mind. So he sometime have given his body parts, and he has given up his kingdom as a king, and then he has given up anything he belongs, expecting even without expecting even thank you. That is called perfect giving. So if we expect Kalyana Mittas to do everything, and it is not using Yoniso Manasikara. I think when we talk about Yatabhuta Jnanadasana, it is not basic things. When we come to Yatabhuta Jnanadasana, we always talk about it with the jhana experience, with samadhi. So I that's what I understand from your comments, that yes, finding a Kalyanamita is a difficult thing. And if you do not find Kalyanamita, be a Kalyanamita for you others, so that you can see Kalyanamita here and there because of your influence. And then when you do things, if you use your wisdom, do not expect anyone to say anything positive or negative, because expectation can cause you suffer a lot. So yeah, in terms of looking for Yatabhuta Jnanadasana, we have to figure out these things as well.
Thank you.
Question. It says for the 5 steps.
Yeah.
It says with morality, wealth is achieved.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It has a deep meaning. Howard, who participate in the class from here in person, asks the question. There is a saying in text that Silena Sugating Yanti, morality gives wealth, right?
Yes, with morality, wealth is achieved.
Yeah, with morality, wealth is achieved. So he asked the question, why? How we understand this, right?
Yes, yes.
So what is called morality? Morality is certain principles which practice on everyday basis. For example, 5 precepts. There are other set of precepts also. Basically, 5 precepts. So when you practice 5 principles without any lapse, every day, you become a friend to everyone because you do not tell lies, do not steal, you do not harm anyone, you do not violate ethical, principles, and you do not take intoxicating drugs, which cause others trouble. So when you are away from these 5 wrongdoings, everybody likes you. So everybody praise you. And not only that, everyone who could come to support you in every means because you are a good friend. The society has recognized you a very peaceful person. So the support people could give is unmeasurable by any currency because you are a wholesome person and everybody respect you in such a way. So that's the kind of blessings we have when we practice moral principles. So, I have seen this many times from village side. So when you are a very genuine person who never disturb any living beings, any living things, when you do not steal others' properties, the villagers support you with your cultivation. I know some people come and work for a day or so without charging any money because you have helped them. So, and then when you need when you have some repairs at your house, so people come and help you. They volunteer for you because you have helped them in many ways. Because when you practice moral principles, your capacity of peace is growing so that your word and action always tend to give some satisfaction for people. And people in return help you develop your own life with your jobs or business or your professional job, whatever it is, they are supporting you. Do you see that?
Yes.
So you
Thank
can
you.
be even materially, advanced if you practice moral principles. So that is what it is.
Thank you.
So I know that we haven't covered many aspects of Yathabhuta Jnanadasana yet, because it is a very profound knowledge. If you talk about Yathabhuta Jnanadasana with regard to the meditation, Vipassana meditation, of course, we could describe Vidarsana Jnana. At one stage of your meditation, you focus the 5 aggregates of clinging. Then we have to separate, we have to understand separately the form and matter, mind and matter, and how mind and matter based on each other, and how Paramahansa is taken out from these 5 aggregates of. They are all done in Yathabhuta Jnanadasana, because when you see Yathabhuta Jnanadasana, you see the Attanga, rising moment, Samudaya of everything. So rising moment of everything is seen when you have Yathabhuta Jnanadasana. That's the first thing you see. Then Samudaya Vaya. So you see the rising first, and then you see the ceasing. Whatever reason has now gone away is also understood. That is the second thing you understand. And then also see, Udaya Vaya, then changing moment of what is the reason. So now something rises, you see it, you see the dissolvement of it, and in between what happened is also understood. Therefore, you come to a kind of Nirodha, Viraga Nirodha, because you see these things arise, You see now things pass away, in between changing happen. Therefore, what you are deciding is not to attach to things, because you have seen things arise and pass away, in between nothing exists. So these are also Yatabhuta Jnana Darsana. These are also under Yatabhuta Jnana, because you see things as they are. And according to many discourses, you can say Paticca Samuppada. That is called Yatabhuta Jnana Darsana. If you see Paticca Samuppada, you see the entire Dhamma as it is. So what is Paticca Samuppada? By that term, we explain the conditionality nature of everything. One thing arises based on another thing. Right? We all came to this world as human because of the things we had in mind in last moment of the previous life. So you walk now because of the need of going, as well as you can walk. A path to go to your home, and there is a place called my home. So all these things come together to make the action going home. Suppose you are in thick darkness of your house, electricity is cut off, so that you don't have any light in your house. So now can you see the things at furniture, other things in your house now? No, because it's in darkness.
Darkness.
So based on darkness, depending on darkness, you don't see anything. Right? It's quite similar to this. Because of ignorance, you don't see anything as it is, because your mind is disturbed by the clarity. Your mind is blocked by the clear vision. Ignorance means not knowing the reality as it is. So when it is in your mind, you don't see. But how about if you switch on the light? So you got electricity and you switch on the light now, you can see objects inside the room. This is the bed, this is the chair, this is the table, this is my computer. Or even you see the small tiny objects in your room on the table because of the light. Likewise, you see that conditional in nature. Because of the light, you can see things. Because of the light, you can walk without hitting something on your body. So that is called Paticca theory. So Paticca theory be everywhere in the material world. But what we want to know from the Paticca is the way we use it for ending craving and attachment. So anything negative is called dukkha, and we should be able to use this Paticca understanding to stuff craving and let freedom of mind work. That is the very purpose of explaining Paticca. Otherwise, Paticca must be everywhere in this universe. When the sun is rising, what is going to happen in the evening?
The sun is going to be
Setting down, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sun is going to go down. And how can the sun go down if the sun didn't come up?
It can't.
It can. So because of the sun rising, sun setting is a reality. Because of the sun setting, darkness came into. And next day morning, because of the sun is rising, darkness is gone. So that formula could be applied to any incident in the world. Why rain is there? Because of the collecting of various vapor, and they are collected on the sky at some level. So we see them clouds, but technically there may be ways to say it. But due to the sunlight and related natural things around with it, so the rain, the nature of the water is collected somewhere, and when the weather is changing according to it, so the water as drops come down. So rain is a result, and the process is being was happened before. And why this cool weather here these days? Because of the nature, because of certain things happen in the nature. So that Patichampada theory could be applied to each and everything. But friends, what we want to know from Patichampada is only the way to see the suffering as it is and end it by cultivating that. So when we talk about Yatabhuta Jnana Darsana, where in simple term, seeing things as they are, it talks about the importance of seeing the conditionality of everything. Yeah. Is there anyone who would like to say something?
Asking the right question and greatly
Because we would take this topic once again and we'll discuss those matters related to Yatabhuta Jnanadas. And again, this is a kind of introductory session.
professionals are committed to acting.
All right, if you do not have anything to say, I would stop the session here. Before I go, I just want to discuss with you something important for all of us. From next Saturday, we are going to be busy with Katina robe offering programs at our temple in 1 week, and rest of the weekends we will be busy with those chanting special ceremonies at temples. I have to travel long distance for attending Katinas in Toronto, Halifax, US. Apart from the Katin robe offerings in Ottawa area. So as I counted, I won't be able to come to Saturday Sutta discussion for exactly 1 month. That's mean 4 weeks. So basically, I won't be able to come this discussion on October 4th,
There is no insurance.
and then October 11, October 18, October 25th. I won't be able to come for this class on Saturday. So I like to organize and conduct this Sutta study class during the Katina robe offering either Thursday night or Tuesday night at the same time. If you participate, I can do that. So many of you have my email address, and you can inform me, or you will have my telephone number or WhatsApp number. Please inform me. Then we have the Sutta study class either Tuesday or Thursday. Give your preference for Tuesday and Thursday. So then I will decide which day I will do. So that is one thing we can do during the Katina robe offering season. And if you are unable to participate, I prefer to cancel the class for at least 4 weeks according to the schedule I have now. So then we'll meet after 1 month. So before next Monday, I would like to get your ideas, comments about it, and that way we would be able to see something good with this discussion. So having said that, I will end today's session. It is a very deep topic we selected for today's session, Yatabhuta Jnana Darsana, seeing things as they are. I hope that I give a kind of introduction to it and explain few things related to it. At the same time, I would reiterate that there are many things under this topic to know. We will see how we explain things in the future Sutta study classes. Having said that, I want to wish you happiness and peace. Able to go Katina robe offering ceremonies and other important spiritual practices as before and collect so many merits. May you use your merits to practice Vipassana, Panya, and may you all be able to attain Nirvana, as the Buddha said in his very life. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Teruvan Saranai.